Well, Bella Hadid got a lot of hate because she's Palestinian, so obviously she made a public statement where she supports Palestine. But some psychopaths on Twitter decided that they were going to correct her statement by deepfaking her into a video where she openly sides with Israel in this conflict. And I was shocked that it almost convinced me, and the fact that this is legal still. And you can't like take action against these people when they're actively defaming her, right?
Yep. Let's watch the clip here.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Bella Hadid. On October 7th, 2023, Israel faced a tragic attack by Hamas. I can't stay silent. I apologize for my past remarks. This tragedy has opened my eyes to the pain endured here, and I stand with Israel against terror. I've taken time to truly learn the historical context. Now, with a clearer understanding, I hope we can engage in constructive dialogue moving forward. Thank you.
It's not perfect, but it would definitely fool people in passing.
If it were just the audio, I might have fallen for it for sure.
Yeah.
The audio is really convincing.
I mean...
But it's hashtag we fixed it for Bella, and I saw that on the trending page the day that this came out.
Yeah.
We fixed it for Bella.
If you know anything about Bella Hadid, then I would assume people that know Bella Hadid and know about her family and stuff would be extremely skeptical.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go eat it.
Right.
Wait for it.
Ian is back. Ian is back like Creed.
Were you on the show the night he was doing his Roberto Jr. impersonation?
No.
Well, there you go. That's Ian channeling his inner Roberto
It
Jr.
just sounds like him being tortured.
My new favorite my new favorite like Instagram account is this lady who does it's NPR in the year 2050 something, and it's like that was Shake It, and she does like a bunch of like vulgar rap songs where she then describes the rap song. She's like
Sexy Red.
That was In Love with a Stripper. And then goes on, she's like, it is a love ballad in which Mr. Payne describes how
Mr.
he himself felt. Well, she calls him T-Payne.
Oh my God.
Phil,
yeah.
do you remember what you were saying, or is it gone
no,
now?
I don't.
Okay.
You said if anybody knows Bella Hadid, anybody that knows Bella Hadid.
If you know anything about Bella Hadid or her family, you would be skeptical of that. I assume that, you guys are right. It would probably fool people that are unaware of her family and history and stuff. So
yeah, and it just is. It proves to you the power of the level of propaganda we're going to be fed in the next 20 to 30 years when it comes to matters.
If they can do it to Bella Hadid, they can obviously do it to world leaders.
When it comes to matters that are as financially beneficial to people in the private sector, to people who sell war, you're going to see propaganda like this come from all sides. And to me, this is what I mean when I say that reality sometimes feels like it's fracturing. It's not that what we're watching here is real. It's that the people who watch it in passing and don't know any better will believe that it's real. So you are fundamentally changing the reality of multiple people and setting us all up to live in a world in which multiple realities are existing on the same plane, and these matters are not one in which you want to have misinformation or disinformation be so prevalent.
There's a $20 one from Airtez 00. Finished first Marine Corps marathon on the 29th. Legs still cramping like no tomorrow. Will throw pics of medals in Discord. Onward training for the one next year.
Drink water.
There you go.
If you're cramping, drink more water. You're dehydrated. Drink more water.
Good advice.
There you go.
Hydrate now.
Yeah, so we're watching Hollywood and we're watching these industries kind of melt down in a way as they don't know who to organize around.
Right. Also, Amy Schumer made an Instagram post the other day that she's getting a lot of hate for. Says, comments on a couple things. What I want is every hostage back. I want safety and freedom from Hamas for Palestinians and Israelis. Safety for Jewish people and Muslims, everyone, just like you. I want peace. You will never see me wishing harm on anyone. Saying I'm Islamophobic or that I like genocide is crazy. So here you go, by popular demand, comments on. Please keep the below in mind. When you say I'm rich, please add in self-made. I come from being dirt poor. Senator Chuck Schumer is my dad's second cousin once removed. I didn't meet him until I was 25. I've never been given any money to support a cause other than tampons. I've never stolen a joke. People calling me a failed comic. I'm the most successful female comedian of all time. I'm ugly/fat, okay? Sorry you aren't attracted to me. I found someone who is. I hope you find someone too. We're all in a lot of pain. What hurts the most is that we all actually love each other. You hate Jews. You don't know why. I still love you.
Wait, does that make her
This is the most confusing paragraph ever.
Is she a failed comic the way Phil is a failed musician, meaning not failed?
Maybe.
She failed in that she's female.
Yes. Yeah. That was so that was so
that was a lot.
ADHD
That was a lot, and she didn't have anyone proofread it, and she didn't run that by her PR agency for sure. It's very jumbled and confused.
Did she really grow up poor?
I don't know. She says that she came from being dirt poor.
Okay.
And I mean, if someone's self-made, I'll give it to them. But she got a lot of supportive comments from Sacha Baron Cohen. Noah Schnapp also said, "Fucking queen, the haters have nothing on you."
The new generation is so awful.
And then there were these people that screenshotted Noah Schnapp's comment, and they said, "This is going to be a child star that's just like Tom Felton, where you become nothing."
It says, Schumer was born on June 1st, 1981 on the Upper East Side of Manhattan to Sandra Jane and Gordon David Schumer, who owned a baby furniture company. Schumer's father was born
it's like furniture for babies?
Yeah, she was. Her father was born to a Jewish family from Ukraine. She's a second cousin to U.S. Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Her mother, who is from a Protestant background and has deep New England roots, converted to Judaism before her marriage. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really. She says she dealt with anti-Semitism as a child.
Doesn't say anything about her socioeconomic.
I mean, I guess it owned
status,
a company. Yeah.
But I mean, I guess if she says she came from poverty.
Wait, no, it says, through the success of her father's furniture company in Manhattan, Schumer's household was wealthy during her early years. When she was 9 years old, her father's business failed, and he went bankrupt, and either then or when she was 12, sources differ, her father was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Sometime after that, her parents divorced. So it seems like she might have been born into a bit of wealth, but then lost it, and things kind of fell apart after that. So
okay, fair enough.
That's fair enough.
Whatever.
I think that's fair enough.
But why is she addressing all of these things when all she wanted to say was like something about her opinion on Israel?
Because she's addressing all the hate she gets more than.
She really wanted to use that as a front to address her haters.
I mean, yeah, to some degree.
It's more self-serving.
It was really about addressing all the hate that she's getting than addressing the particular the issue in particular. And
props for leaving the comments on, I guess.
Yeah.
Rather than shielding yourself from any criticism.
I saw that. Actually, the sad thing is, like, that was the saddest thing you can accept is, like, both the U.S. and the U.K. made posts recently about fighting back against Islamophobia, and the U.K. turned the comments off. Ooh. America left the comments on, so I get like the U.S. government at least has that going for them. They left the comments on.
Free speech.
Yeah.
Freeze peach.
Maybe they can. Oh no! But maybe the U.S. government legally can't turn the comments off. I don't know.
Maybe
that actually might be a
just like how you
issue.
have to give like politicians public social media presence.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez also got a lot of hate for her statement on Israel and Hamas, and honestly, I'm just tired of people making statements like no one was really wondering what you had to say.
Okay, so they're all like, I couldn't stay quiet any longer.
It's like, just shut up. That in itself is a virtue signal.
You could totally stay quiet longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, I need to speak out.
So here's what she said.
Why?
And it's like, it's always the most vacuous, meaningless statement ever. I've been taking a break from social media because my heart breaks to see all the horror, hate, and violence and terror that's going on in the world. People being tortured and killed, and any act of hate towards any group is horrific. We need to protect all people, especially children, and stop the violence for good. I'm sorry if my words will never be enough for everyone or a hashtag. I just can't stand by innocent people getting hurt. That's what makes me sick. I wish I could change the world, but a post won't. Love, Selena. It just doesn't add anything of value to any conversation. Like, stop the violence.
Do you think it's just it's a bit of ego that they feel like they need to be heard on these issues?
It's that they think they're far more influential and powerful than they are.
Yes.
I think I mean, look at Taylor Swift when she was getting the silence is deafening. I think that that's probably what is making people feel like they need to go ahead and have a statement. It was because they're going to get criticized one way or the other, whichever side you pick, or if you don't, you're going to get people on the internet that are going to make a stink about it. So you might as well go ahead and plant your flag and say, this is what I think.
I think that's the worst idea. I think that it's a
just,
lot
if you
harder.
stay silent, does anyone assume that you're pro-violence and pro-terrorism?
Yes, absolutely.
Because they're stupid if they think that. So why do you need to respond?
No, but my point is that my point is that when it all comes back around later, right? They're going to say Amy Schumer, who's pro this side, or Angelina Jolie, who's pro this side. There's a reference point back to what they said. If you don't say anything, they will likely
notice
forget.
how Taylor Swift has stayed silent.
They're gonna there were entire think pieces written about how Taylor Swift has not said blah 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 about politics. It does not matter what position you take. A position is going to be assigned to you. And even if you, unless you come out with a clear statement that you feel comfortable with, someone is going to take issue with you saying or not saying something, and they're going to place a blame, some type of blame or whatever on you.
I feel like no statement is the best idea in these cases to me. Me personally, I feel like they can speculate, but that's still speculation.
They're posting a comparison between Selena Gomez's statement, her obligatory statement about Ukraine, and comparing it with the Israel-Hamas post. Because all the celebrities kind of fell in line with Ukraine. They knew what the statement was. They've never missed a stance. They got the right stance with it when it came to Ukraine. But then this one is too confusing for their little celebrity brains to handle, and they short-circuit.
There was a clear politically correct stance when it came to Ukraine, and there is not a clear politically correct stance.
They're just so dumb. Like, you dress up as Amber Heard for Halloween and you apologize. You are as dumb as a fucking chihuahua. Like, how do you make that choice? How does anyone have that thought process?
To apologize?
Yes, like, I don't understand. For something as trivial as that. And then they're dumb enough to make a statement about something where they can't win.
You can't win.
When you've seen in many examples that if you don't take a side or you don't take the correct side, people are going to be mad at you. How are they so dumb that they still post something? Yep. Like, someone who loves them should take away their phone forcibly and flush it down the toilet. How are they that dumb? It's actually shocking.
They'll tweet from their computer next. They'll have to do it from their computer next. And there's no winning, and it is the first time I think that they've ever not had the correct side given to them right off the bat, and they don't know how to handle it right now.
Just have a professional tell you to shut up.
Yeah.
Every celebrity needs to have the opposite of a yes man. Is that a no man?
Yes.
Tells them no?
Yes.
Do they have that?
It's supposed to be your
in
parents.
The business?
It's supposed to be your parents at an early age. Tell you no all the time.
Well,
with
clearly
glee.
they're lacking.
With glee. I don't know. And Angelina Jolie got into it, and she's getting flack for her comments. You can't win. There's no right way. There's no wrong way. I'm more concerned about the Bella Hadid thing is way creepier to me because it's a fracturing of reality, and this type of propaganda is going to get ramped up to way higher levels as the technology gets better, and people are even more busy these days because you got to work 9 jobs to survive. Most people, right? So you're getting your news from a variety of sources. You're on Twix. You're on any of these platforms. And all it takes is like one headline. And this happens all the time because we'll cover things where like it'll say Rachel Zegler fired from Snow White. And then we address this. We say, look, there's no proof that Rachel Zegler has been fired from Snow White. We talk about it.
No,
now,
she's getting fired.
Every video that we've done with her since then, somebody's like, didn't she get fired? It worked on that person. That's headline worked on that person. So imagine that now with something as serious as war.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And it's going to happen because there are no scruples. It's like when we were looking at that website earlier with the satire about anti-chippers. And it's like, I think, first of all, I find it hilarious. The satire is hilarious, but it ignited a very real discussion that people were having that was like 800 comments deep on Shoe on Head's Twix profile talking about it. Okay, so it's a satire article that talks about the anti-Semitic origins of anti-chipping. And you look at this website, it says why you should pay your POC friend for spending time with you. It's clearly satire. If it's not, it's beyond mean-spirited, but it's satire. These websites that draw the line, and these things get passed around, whether it's a video in which the AI swap out her voice and her words. Nothing is real anymore.
People are too stupid to know when something is deepfaked. They're too stupid to know when it's satire.
It's not even about them being too stupid. It's taking advantage of the fact. Stupid implies that they wouldn't be able to get it. They're just not terminally. They might not be terminally online like the rest of us.
Well, there's that too, but I feel like it is also just stupidity these days.
It's crazy, and it's like this is going to keep getting worse. You think of the war propaganda that went on in the comics in the 40s, right, and in all the way up to what we see now. And you now have to think that you're going to be getting that propaganda not just from pro-American interests, but from interests that can pierce the veil and get their thoughts through to Americans who might have had no dog in this fight before. And all of the technology is just going to make it so I really do feel like our minds are in a lot of, and this could just be me, but it feels like the constant input of information, the constant need to figure out whether something is true or not, the constant need to double check, triple check, and quadruple check to verify that one little piece of information that you took in is in fact what you thought it was, will drive society crazy. It will drive people crazy.
I'm not so sure people even care enough to fact check.
That's things. Even worse. That's even worse.
Don't care enough to know whether the headline they saw in passing is true.
And that's the thing, like they don't.
That's why people took the headline about Rachel Zegler getting fired and just kind of ran with it.
They double check or triple check
what they want to be true. They'll believe.
So then it drives society crazy in two ways. It does what it does to me, which is like you look, it says like the sky is blue.
I can tell it's driving you crazy.
I'm like it's like the sky is blue, and I'm like I go outside, I look, I'm like yeah, it looks blue to me, and you have to triple check everything, and part of it is also because we're like forward faced, so you're putting information out there to the world in a situation like this, so you want to make sure that what you're passing on is at least as close to accurate as possible. But this happened with Andrew Tate as well. This happened with Andrew Tate and the information around his arrest, where they're leaking pictures from a previous incident, and they're saying no, nothing happened. Nothing is real anymore. It's all I'm not saying.
And then he's doing the interview with Tucker where he's like, I'm not getting charged with anything.
And I'm not saying reality is subjective. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is that the perceived reality based on what you see on the internet, which is where a lot of people spend a large portion of their day now, is extremely malleable.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
It's scary. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.